Well, morning all boys and girls. And yes, that's just for you, George, because your dad was taking the pee out of me in the pub for saying it the other night. Well, we're now going to go off in the boat. That wind's picked up and gone northerly, so that'll be a bit too much to handle. So we're going to go in my boat today instead of the old boys. As you see on the wind farm, that's northerly already. That's about 3/4 and a half from low water. We're going to shoot these basically on the slack and get the first of the flood, because the fish all been swimming on the flood lately, so there's no point in going too early. And if you fish go on the ebb, you don't get nothing, so we might as well get the first of the flood. The flood in the afternoon's a bit late, you'll be cleaning there and all night if you get any, so we're just going to go off in a little while and give it a go. There's a bit of breeze here. It's about 18-20 mile an hour. That's not too bad. You go and look with the haul, that's the main thing. Well, the old chap's holding the boat and that's barely drifting to the south, so that'll be all wind. That must be completely slack water at the minute. You better not pull that too close and beat you. Well, we just launched and we're just sitting here, and you see we're still drifting to the north slightly, so we're still slightly ebbing. Even though there's a northerly breeze, there's still a bit of ebb there. And if you look here on the ebb, there's nothing, is there? Dead as a dodo. So that proves, oh, there's one little bit of lump there, or deep, or a couple little bits there. So that proves they are off a bit. I'm about to fleet off the beach. There's a few bits and pieces there deep. Well, we're just sitting here giving it 10 minutes. That tide ain't flooding yet. We want to get that first little bit of the flood. There's a couple of bits and pieces there, but not a lot showing. But as soon as that starts flooding, well, I'm looking at the plotter now. There's some fish sitting in that winkle off the bottom. They're sitting there ready to go. As soon as that flood comes through, they'll lift and swim against the tide, because basically they're just migrating through. So we'll give it another few minutes. Well, we're now getting ready to shoot. We've got to shoot the wrong way. Yeah, ready when you are, Dad. The fish have been off a little bit, so I don't want to go right tight. But obviously we've got to shoot the wrong way because the tides start first on the beach, so we've got to shoot the wrong way. All we're doing is shooting 11 2-inch nylons. Then ones I put them extra floats on, you see them behind the boat, I don't know if you can or not. The old boys in the way. Step to the side slightly, Dad. See, look, they got them double buoys I put on now, so they shouldn't sink so easy. See behind the boat, they're floating lovely, they are. A bit of a northerly roll in the water. That wind's gone northerly this morning. They're going over nicely. And now it's the 2Z finding nets. I've got 4 of them 3Zs and I think there's 7 of them 2Zs. Going over a tree. Net shoot, best thing you ever used. If you noticed, I got the top rope to the wind, because obviously that's longer, that's shorter rope, and that pull tight and lead the lead line. You shoot the other way round and the lead line blow over the top rope, so you always want top rope to the wind. That's another good thing with them double pellets, I can see them a lot easier. Normally you can't see them so well, but you can see them lovely now. Let's get near the end, didn't we, Dad? I'll get a little bit more.
You're hanging on this thing?
Yeah. I'll just turn it off and grab hold of it. Well, that's that. All done and dusted. Well, when I shot the gear, we obviously shot from here and ran to here. Well, outside, we're actually ebbing. I started to flood in the beach, but outside I'm still ebbing a bit. But look, a little bit of fish further off. That's been hit and miss with fish coming through here, but there's a little bit of tide, there's a bit of fish. There's a few more herring coming through here. They're deep, they're about 20 foot down. There's more fish further off. Hopefully when that starts flooding, that'll pick up like hell. Well, there's a steady amount of herring now coming through. They're definitely starting to swim with that first of that flood. That's one lot lifted and that's the ones deeper down the water. But they've definitely started to lift. I don't know if you can see there. Yeah, focus very well. You can see it, some of them pellets are starting to stand up. You can see them over there. A couple of them pellets, they stand up when they're a bit of weight in them. They're starting to stand up, some of them. Only 3 or 4 standing up. But there's a lot of herring coming through. It wouldn't take long to fill them up. We're now going to have a little look at this end because the nets look low in places. But I was thinking about running along and having a look as well because of the wind, well the sun actually. You can't see the floats very well. I can't tell if they're sunk or not. Yeah, these last 1 or 2 on the end are tangled up, unfortunately. There's Aaron. As a first, but I ain't fishing very deep because they're tangled up on the pellet. There's another one. Turn. Doesn't go up this end, it was tangled up on the pellet. That ain't fishing good, is it? We'll stick it over the side and we're going to have a look at the other gear. We're going to steam along. Well, we're now here. You can see the yellow pellets, and after the yellow pellets, all the 2Z, look, they're all sunk. There's one that keep bobbing up there a little bit, but they're all sunk, they have, until over there, the last couple of pellets. So that means there's about 3 of them nets sunk so far, I think. They've definitely gone down. See a little dribs and drabs of one there coming up, but they're definitely down. I thought them other ones had gone down a bit as well, but we better get on the end of these and all them, because if not, then they start, when they drop in the water, they start fishing even better, deeper though. Well, that's worse things you can do. Well, them nets are sinking, so it's time to haul. Ain't sunk so much on that this end, but right way through the gear it has. Most of the way this side. Just round there. Stand this side there, I'll eat for you. Got a bit of weight with a herring, that's all it's easier. Try and put a bit more of the herring this side. There's plenty of herring here. Got it quick for you. Now put a bit more air in the roller and a bit of weight on them, that's hauling better. Remember, they've got air in this middle. Yeah. Well, there's a bit of weight in the net, they're hauling nice in there, aren't they? Shortages there.
they've gone up to the area where they're sunk. Look at that, mate. Yeah, is there? Many, is there? What's going on then? The heron disappeared. Look at that stuff. They're in the middle of it now, aren't they? There they come. They'll lift the top, don't they? So they don't very easily. Play now. There's a bit of weight in the nets. This haul has worked lovely. There's plenty there, they're not really big. They're enough. Like 60 spoon. Like, lots more later, isn't there? These must be right tight to the bottom, getting piping. We're getting a mixture of potons, pointons, leaving the dog. It's got quicker, hasn't it? Still leaning that way, isn't it? I think it is. And that must be on the bottom because we're getting loads of pouting and we never know how to catch pouting. Just waiting, that's all of these are better, isn't it? Well, that's a cracking one down there. Here come the threes then next. Glad I put the extra floats on. I made a difference. They'd have been down if not, wouldn't they? Yeah. Quite high up in these, honestly, mate. I've never seen so many pouting. You? Enough, isn't it? Farm cat now coming through. Can't believe how many coats we've got. A lot of press the emergency stop. Best thing I ever had fitted. That's done and dusted. Well, that's that. There's plenty of fish there. Well, I just started the engine up, let it get warm. There must be a couple of boxes fell out on the floor because we hauled them the wrong way with the hauler. But there's plenty of fish here. I won't be doing nothing fun tonight. Look at this. I'll take us half the night to do this. Bit of a bugger, but that's life. The old chap just said this is the least he's ever drifted. I reckon he drifted about 300 yards. But there's no shortage of fish here, is there? There's plenty here. Even the 3Z's fish nice. The old chap has taken a few of them little pouting you can see, because these 3Z nets don't cut into them, so the survival rates are good, so he's chucking the pouting back over the side. Poor little old things. He's a nice man, and he keep your anglers happy. Well, there's quite a lot of them pouting, I've never seen so many. Well, Hannah, so a couple of few whiting down there. Well, that northerly's through, and I started to lump up a bit on the way back. Looking a bit choppy. Near the end of the world. Big liver, now at the tractor. 300 yards later. Ain't not far at all. Well, with a bit of weight in the boat, when it comes to this soft sand, there's a bit of a slope there. The tractor was scrabbing like hell. That'd take a lot for this tractor to scrab, trust me. It'll have 6 tonne, but you can see it there. There's a bit of a slope. When it came on the edge of that was scrabbing like hell. Bit of a slope there, obviously. There wasn't no stunning it further up, it was just pure sand. So it was just scrabbing. But this has got a bit of stun here, so it's so bad. We forgot to get some water out of the sea. So to rinse our hands and wash the boxes. So there is walk of shame to the public bogs to get some. And you can't get your bucket in the sink, so you've got to keep filling his flask lid up. Poor old bugger. He won't forget next time, will he? That'll learn me, will it? For taking the pee out of the old man. Obviously the toilet was shut, so now I'm going to walk over the dunes, back down the beach and get some water out of the sea. Shouldn't have took the piss out of the old boy, should I? It's my own fault. There you go. Could be worse. Last couple of years I got a fat little bugger, so the walk wouldn't do me any harm. Look at that. 2 buckets. A grade A Mark 1 North Sea. That'll learn me to take the pee out of the old chap, won't it? I better walk back to the car park. He's probably already started cleaning. We'll have a nice cup of coffee, because that's what I'm going to do. Well, walking up that dune was like walking up the bloody Eiger of all that water. You can probably hear it in my voice. I'm puffing like an old steam train. The joys of getting old and fat, eh? Yeah. That weren't much fun, but the old boy ain't too far away now. I'll get back in a minute and I'll slurp a coffee. Well, we've just cleaned the first 4 3Z nets and we've got about 4 boxes. Between 20-24 stone out of 4 boxes, so that ain't too bad. Now we've got to clean the 2Zs, what'll be a lot harder to clean because the mesh is obviously thinner and they bite better. But one thing I've never seen before, what I just got on the nets, is look at that greedy whiting. That's a good size whiting, and it's got a pouting in its mouth. You don't see that very often, do you? I don't want to untangle it anymore, that's going to fall out, but see the size of the whiting compared to my hand. There's a good whiting. That definitely, his mouth, his eyes are too big for his belly with that pouting in it. Poor bloody thing, made to eat the pouting, and then that happened. But one thing I've noticed, we've got loads of pouts. The old man, me and the old man were trying to chuck a few back, but I've never seen so many pouts. There's loads. But you see there, a lot of the herring fell out in the boat. When we hauled them through the hauler, we hauled them on the wrong side really, and the herring were on the bottom of the net, so as they come through the hauler, that jiggle them about a bit and they fall out. So I must have a box or so on the floor, but there's still plenty in the nets. You can see loads of pouting in them. There's a few whiting. Let's see, a few whiting in there and 1 or 2 pilchards. So a few bits and pieces. Oh, northerly wind's picking up, isn't it? That's a good breeze now. That track looking in. The tractor. Couldn't imagine William's gone off his Tom Day, though, could you? Imagine which one's gone off ever again. Oh yes, almost ready. Triple quadruple swan liver. Sometimes you get these herring and they get tangled so much it's easy to take out, quicker to take out 10 other herring than it is one tangled one. You always keep some in the selected large box. Quite they're not huge herring, but we pick the prime out because places like World of Fish and that sort of thing like the bigger ones, and they pay a bit more money for them. If you look there, they're juggler. If you look there, they're 2 better ones. Basically, we've been doing this so long. You know the better ones by feel, you haven't even got to look at them. That's a better one. At the tractor, they're not on the beach. That could actually be a big ship. Russian ship or something. The herons didn't make a bit, didn't they? Well, a bit of net before it sunk, there weren't much in it, was there? can't see them getting off at Winterton today, not with that. Well, it might have been alright, mightn't it? Actually, it was when we launched, it was nice, wasn't it? You know, near it now. I thought there was a tractor on the beach, but as a that northeasterly wind, as a diesel engines of a big supply ship or something coming through. Near Thudden now. Bloody error. Need a knife and fork to get that out. Doesn't seem to be sticking this net. It's thinned out a bit. Fatty one. I don't think we'd have break the pilchard record of the other week. We had 13 pilchards in Dad's boat. We've got 7 so far. And we're over halfway now. Let's have a little spront on. Can't see that happening. Oh, definitely, there's loads of pouting today, but all them pouting on the inside nets. I gather where they sunk and went to the bottom. They picked up loads of pouting, never seen so many pouting. No one want to kill them, or we don't want to kill them unnecessarily, but we've had a few unfortunately, but there's nothing you can do about it. Especially all this weird discard bans where you can't chuck this back and you can't chuck that back. Oh, it's a minefield with all legislation nowadays. Well, make seagulls happy, they've been getting a bellyful. I don't understand it. There's a seagull sitting 6 foot that way and about half a dozen pouting over there that can eat. Even very bright, are they? But I'm sure you've seen enough for us doing that. bit samey. There you go. That's life.
Well, we'll finish cleaning. Now you're going to weigh them up. We've got about 9 boxes. They're all probably about 6 stone. So might be a little bit more than 6 stone, about 6.5 stone. So probably about 60 stone. Not that many, but. Well, I forgot to take a video over Lowestoft. Well, actually, there was several people over there. There's a big old trawler landing boxes and boxes and boxes of herring. And that's rude just to video other people's stuff in it, so I didn't bother videoing, let them up to it. So, here's a picture of my big fat ferret eating his tea. Well, there's a lot of trawl going on the market. So, I don't think they're going to make too much tomorrow, but we'll find out. That all depends if they make anything, whether I go again tomorrow. Be nice to, because I didn't bother keeping any for bait today. But see how it go. Alright then, boys and girls, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you later. Bye.